Well, good morning, everybody. That was a rough way to start the day. We're going to be on Public Works because we have some storm cleanup to take care of. If you guys remember about a year or two ago, Iowa had that one thing they called a derecho. Yep, they're even covering it on the news. We're supposed to get another round tonight. Doesn't look like it's as bad. But we're going to check around town to do a scouting report before we head over to the shop and start getting trailers and chainsaws and everything else we're going to need to start cleaning this mess up. Holy cow. News this morning said it registered at 102 mile-an-hour wind gusts. I don't know what the rest of the village looks like, but I am supposing this is not going to be good. Still got rain covered on the roads. I think my rain gauge, you can't get an accurate reading, but mine said at least an inch 20. Did not feel like we got any hail. The shop's still standing, so that's a plus. Oh, we already got a tree down. Whoa, we got some limbs on the ground. Everything seems to have held together in the main yard. What about down here? Got twigs on the side streets, but it seems half decent. Oh, we got a big tree down behind the house. It is a new development, man. That sucked for an insurance claim. You just get the house built and you gotta go and claim insurance on new siding and new roof. Whew! It looks like we got one down tree right across from the shop. Another one on this guy's property, but if it's technically on their property, we're really just kind of helping them out. That's not really our responsibility, but the whole community is gonna need to come together for this. Whoa! Okay, Main Street's got some limbs. This is right where we did our patchwork. Yeah, tree limbs down there. Ooh! Yeah, we're gonna have to probably chop that down. That place took a beating. That one's got one laying on its roof. Yeah, we're gonna have a long day ahead of us. I got into this tree line. Even got some stuff back there. Wow. What about downtown area? Well, Home and Garden lost the fence line, and stuff is blown all over. It seems about right. Ooh! The garage! Yeah, there was a garage standing there. Yeah, that's not good. And watch out for all the pots laying around. Yep, the park definitely took a beating. This is really just going to be a fun day. I can already tell. If you guys are as excited about this storm cleanup as I am, then you gotta let me know by heading down below, consider smashing that like button, and possibly subscribing. We gotta pull out the wood chipper, and I think I'm also gonna pull out that Ford flatbed. It might be the first time we actually have a logical reason to use it, because if we're hauling tree limbs that can't fit in our wood chipper, we can take them in the back bed of that out to the dump. It also just might be easier to throw them in the bed of the truck than it would be to try and shred this stuff. Yeah, I was not expecting that weather pattern to get as bad as it was. If you guys know, last weekend in my own area, we had somewhat of a similar storm, but we only had winds register in about the 80 mile an hour range. We did some reorganizing in the shop to optimize our parking situation. The wood chipper ended up going against this wall, and then I brought that Volvo over that sat at the water treatment plant for the longest time, so this will be used during, snow season. The amount of rain we keep getting, it's going to be a mess this year. Well, we'll get the wood chip truck. I think we are set to go. I got my chainsaw filled up with fuel, and we will throw the mixed gas in the back of that truck bed. Question is, where the heck do we even start? Probably gonna start on the main roadway that's blocked off. We gotta get those streets opened up. If you don't know anything about wood chippers, man, they can be extremely loud. That's a solid unit of a tree, just happened to have the one limb get ripped off. We'll have to throw the trunk likely in the pickup, but we could chop off these main limbs and try and get them in the shredder. Storm cleanup is something that it sucks to do, but it's so great to see a small community like this come together to really try and work on it. When we had the storm system come through my area last week, I went to do my stream on Saturday. There was a whole crew of people that got a tree that split right down the center. The whole thing was done by the time I got done streaming. Granted, they had a tractor and 12 people, but it was amazing how fast they got that thing taken down. I hate how these branches never want to feed themselves. There it goes. There is one. There goes number 2. The other thing about these kinds of storms, there are a lot of trees that usually need to be trimmed anyway. So the Mother Nature kind of does the work for you. You just got to clean it up. Now we're cooking with gas. Oh man, it even took out that one. Well, it chopped the top of it off, but you're probably gonna have to chop down the whole tree. That's going to be up to the property owner. So we'll check back with some of these guys if they want us to help them with it. But there's going to be crews with farmers all the way around, you know, toting things away in their own trailers. The amount of trees that are going to have to come down around town now is going to be sad. I think, oh, I didn't even see this one. We might run back to the shop and grab the Ford and just start picking some of these trees up. Scratch that, we'll still get the flatbed, but I'm going to drop this off at the park because we're going to need to use it at the park anyway. And I'm getting a call from my buddy Mike. Yeah, what's going on, Mike? Your camper tipped? What? Well, I'm down at the park right now. We're getting ready to start taking down that big tree that fell. I mean, I guess we could probably bring the Volvo over, because that's the only thing we got with front loaders. Yeah, give me a couple minutes. I've taken the Ford flatbed. All right, see you in a bit. Oh, that's not good. Mike's one of the guys, he lives on that last strip that goes down the highway. But I guess his camper actually tipped over. It's an older unit, so it's not like it's a really light camper, but go check out that situation and see what his place looks like. Here's another thing we haven't gotten to use at the shop yet. So hopefully I can maybe get the blade underneath the side and just kind of hoist it up. These types of storms really just suck. If it was just rain, it would be fantastic. But now you got down corn, you got broken gutters, ripped off shingles, tree limbs that cause damage, or really just disintegrate a tree in general. Yep, there's the camper. He'll have to get his pickup out of the way if he wants me to lift it up. Ooh, he's even got a tree down. Yeah, let's get his pickup out of the way before we decide to flip this sucker. I mean, it looks like it's resting on one of the limbs, so I can actually get the blade underneath it. Just have Mike guide me underneath so I can kind of just lift it up with the straight edge. Tilting back. Oh, there it goes. Oh! Sorry about your plate wear there, Mike. But hey, it's back over. If you need any help, give me a holler this afternoon. We'll be around chopping trees. Pretty sure Thomas is already on his way with the dump trailer. He'll be scooting around town. But I gotta get started clearing out all the branches that fell in the park. All the big stuff we'll throw in the back of the Ford. Anything else we'll chip through the Toyota. Kind of squeak my way through. And might as well start with the big boy. Best way to break it apart. Try all these like freestanding limbs. Lovely. Let me take out one of the bottom ones, or better yet, 2 for 1. Now get out of the way. Nice. Oop. And this one. Let me know down in the comment section, guys, how many of you have been impacted by severe weather this year. I know being in the Midwest, or pretty much the Ohio Valley, you really have gotten absolutely demolished, especially the state of Wisconsin. Where I'm at in Nebraska, we've kind of fared pretty well for the most part. But this last storm that we had was probably one of the worst in recent memory. All I know is that according to the farmers, or technically like the Farmer's Almanac, yeah, we are probably due / going to have a very bad winter. So good thing I bought that 317 with the snowblower. If you guys haven't seen or heard about that, there's a garden tractor I'll be working on here in a bit, pretty much to just clean it up and check through it so we can have the ultimate snow throwing setup come this abrasive winter that might be coming. Last limb. I'm not going to be able to lift that, so I'm going to run back to the shop and get the skid steer with the pallet forks. I sure hope we have long enough forks on this. Come on. Don't be a stinker. Yeah. Probably should put the stump side towards the back. Dang it. Careful not to tear up the turf too much. Not saying wheels are any better, but tracks are possibly the worst thing that you can bring on grass turf with a skid loader. Alright, let's try that again. Please work nicely. Yeah! How many more do we have down? We got a whole tree. I think those are just limbs. We'll shred those. That another tree or just a branch? Ooh, that's a whole tree. Dang it! Well, it's just a branch, but that's a little too lopsided. This whole one's gonna have to come down. This one didn't fare too bad. That's just a dead limb. Another one back there. We're gonna be hauling everything back. Take this one over while I'm close enough. I should probably put on safety goggles and gloves for this. Not like I'm trying to be a wuss here, but ever had a wood chip get thrown into your eye or something sharp? Not fun. Much better. Take care of yourself, people. Your body will thank you later. Try and sneak this boat through here. I think it's a long truck. How many of these are just little branches that we can get off with the chainsaw? Oh, maybe a decent chunk? Nah, I think that's about it. Where'd the chop happen? Oh, there it is. Come on off. There you go. Shoot the shred crew. And I think that's light enough. Just... Oh, come on. Get it over the edge. Ugh. Whew. And just slide it towards the back. Yeah. And yeah, we'll just try and take down this one in the back. The rest of these in here, we can just shred them. Yeah, that really sucks. I didn't want to have to cut down trees, but there's going to be trees cut down all around town. Cut down. Clean her up. Nice. Get rid of that. We might be able to shred that, but I'm going to have to chop this little end off. And shred that. See if we can just kind of collect them all on the forks and then take it back in bulk. Give me a minute. This might take a second. Where on earth are the log forks when you need them most? I tried getting that last one on, but it's being stingy. This is a true story. So when we were doing the storm cleanup, I was down at the gas station at like 6 in the morning, and we had all of our different rescue and brush trucks around town. They were towing the trees to the dump with chains down the highway. Oh, it was so funny. Okay. Load and go. Load and go. Come on. Don't be stingy. How full are we getting? This thing doesn't, like, spew out as much wood chips. Yeah, we're fine. I say it doesn't spew out as many wood chips as it probably should, but I just want to make sure I'm not filling the whole box up. And if every tree chopped like that, we'd be in business. Let's run back and grab another batch. There's one, and I think we can grab these. Well, that's actually 3 branches. Pretty sure we can get them. Let's try that. Nice. There's... Oh, we got the fork still in the front. Oh. There's 2. And... There we go. That should hopefully hold on. Sorry, kids. I'm probably gonna have to drive through the sandbox area. I guess I can go around. So many trees everywhere, I can't tell where the open patches are. Park's definitely looking better, that's for certain. I think that clears out all of them. Besides, you know, cutting the stumps out, but we can come back later and do that. We just need to get the main storm damage cleaned up. My phone is going off. Let's see. 370 West 2nd Street. I think that's the house that has the tree limb on the roof. I could be wrong. Let me check my GPS. Because that's Main Street. There's 1st Street. And then, yep, that'd be 2nd Street. I call that Main Street because it's like the only other main road besides downtown. I'm pretty certain that's the house that has the branch on the roof. So let's get on the move. Yep, there they are. Oh, yeah. That's going to need a new gutter system. Probably going to need to take this whole chunk with the Ford. But that half we can kind of just snip up and then shred it. Let's get our Caterpillar over here and kind of set the forks in between this to see if we can lift it off. I'd cut it, but let's not cause more damage to the roof than we have to. I'm pretty sure that middle branch should have enough to... Yep, hold on. We got enough support to help get it off the house? Yepers. Yeah, there we go. Set it on the ground. Chop this part off. Let the shredder do its magic. Hopefully. And this we... chop off the ends. It lets me. Nice. Feel like that'd be pushing it to get that through the chipper. We'll just do these and get the chipper out of the way to load that trunk into the truck. Haven't gotten any more reports of downed trees blocking roadways. Might just try and scoot around town. I didn't even check down that alleyway with the treatment plant. I didn't think I saw any, but I could be wrong. Get that in. Nice. Oh, that's right. We have the one that's... no, we chipped those up. Wait, did we? Hold on. Oh, that's right. We took off the branches, but we did not take the trunk. So I'll just grab that real quick. Come here, you. Oh, hello. Taking flight, I see. Up, up. This thing just wants to be a pain, doesn't it? Get on there. Ah, we should be good. Rain said to leave the area with probably in the next hour and a half-ish. It's making the conditions not the most ideal, but at least we're getting stuff cleared out. If I can help it, I don't want to drive on anybody's yard, so we'll just load it from this side. Maybe if I push the forks, I can get that one log I loaded to hit against the other wall. Dang, I really love this new joystick. You guys are looking for a pretty good joystick that I think also can go to console. I can't confirm that. The WINWING USRA minor is a really, really great option. I'll try to remember to leave a link down in the description. But a little bit over $100 and pretty dang good build quality. It's said to be the top joystick in its class for the price range. I'm just gonna take the Ford around town and see what else we might have to clear out. I'm like 99% certain we don't. And as I say it, there's one tree right there. And that is blocking the roadway, isn't it? Yeah. We might be able to chip this one up. I got the chainsaw with me, so let's just see what we can do with that. I guess worst case scenario, we just leave it for the chipper. These ones will have to be chipped. And one more. This one can go through the chipper, but I'll take the back half. Let's come get that in a little bit. Abracadabra, camera magic zoo. I sentence you to the back of the boo. Yay, it worked. Now I'm pretty certain there's no other trees down. I'm sure they'll get most of these taken down, or we'll help them get it taken down over the next few days. That garage, man, that sucks. I don't think anybody's used it over the last, like, 10 years. But just for the sake of someone's property, man, that is awful. We might need to help out with this one, but we'll wait until we get a call. Some of these guys, again, they have their own crews. They have their own family members that'll help out. The park really cleaned up nice. We got a lot of, like, you know, drag spots or twisting spots from the tracks on the skid loader, but we can't really help that. Let's check out the treatment plant, see how that fared. Looks like they got another tree they'll have to cut down the whole thing on. I guess check my block out last. Oh, we got another big tree down. Luckily, nothing happened at my place. I think my trees are a lot younger than some of the surrounding ones, so the trees have better access to nutrients, and then the wind can strengthen them over time. Yeah, I think that's really about all we had. So I'll take these over to the dump, and we might really just kind of keep heading around to find some stuff to clean. Hang on. Is that what I think it is? Did that umbrella blow over from... Hold on, we gotta go down to the home and garden. I think that blew all the way across the flipping field. Because those guys are gonna have a nightmare trying to get all of this stuff reorganized. Oh, okay. Oh, I hate to be the poor guy that has to restack all of that. That's gonna suck. Yeah, because the umbrella... Yeah, it sat right here. That blew all the way over the top to the water tower fence. And then they lost this section of fence going down the strip. Yeah, that sucks. They didn't lose all the flower pots. I'm surprised they didn't take the swans, but they might have just been too small that it didn't really catch anything. Lost some flower boxes, but no one probably knows where that went. Wow. Yeah, that... What? How? Well, I'm going to do myself a favor and get this stuff taken off to the dump. We'll head back to the shop, grab the rotary mower, and we might just try and mow up some of the ditch sides to get some of that debris just chopped up. It'll obviously be a few weeks before everything kind of just blows over or gets rid of itself. Also might be a half-decent idea to wait until it stops raining. We're going to go mow when it's raining. That might not be a great idea. So that might actually be where we leave it off. Thank you guys all so much for tuning in to BUCH'D Public Works, or Homeowners, depending on which day it is. But if you'd like to see this playlist grow, you can check out that in the top right-hand corner of your screen right now. Other than that, make sure to keep it light, keep it loose, keep it fresh, and most importantly, keep it fun. We shall see you guys all in the next one. This is the Rental Man out. Peace.